Hi, I'm Laurren, and I'm with the very talented Nathan Barr. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Happy to be here. Thank you.
Fantastic. Well, I want to ask you a couple questions first. How did you get started in composing?
I started in 97, 98. There was a composer in my business named Hans Zimmer who hired me as his assistant. And I worked for him for about 8 months, and that was sort of my foray into the film business. And then I left him, and I got an agent right away, and have never looked back.
So, how long have you been composing for?
So I guess my first show that was just myself was a short film, so that would have been in '98. So coming up on 13 years, amazingly.
And you look so young. Yeah, I cannot believe you've been doing it for 13 years. Crazy. So, what is your inspiration then for these different shows?
It's really the show themselves. It's the movies. True Blood is a wonderful show, and the creators are really amazing people. Alan Ball, who most people know because he wrote American Beauty, won the Oscar for that, and then did 6 Feet Under, and this is his newest show. And it's just the characters that he brings to life on the screen with his team of writers they're totally inspiring, and he really is looking for something unique. And many people look for something unique, but they haven't produced something unique themselves, which makes a composer's job harder. But in the case of True Blood, I mean, they deliver. It's such a singular, unique show, which is why I think it's so popular.
Now, do you ever have times though when you find it challenging to come up with these different tunes, and how do you do it?
Again, I think it's like if you can relate to the characters and to the story, if that's done well and if it's done in an emotional way, then my job as a composer becomes very, very simple. And it's just to sort of take those feelings that I have for those characters at any moment watching that show, and then just put that onto a guitar or a cello or a piano. And it really all depends on the material. If the material's good, the music comes easily.
So now, what would you tell somebody who wants to go into composing right now? How would you get started? What did you do?
I think what I would say to anyone who's starting out or wants to get in the business, first of all, move to LA. The film business is centered in LA. The film music business is centered in LA. It's really important to be in LA. That's the first thing I tell them. The second thing I tell them is make a list of your favorite composers, no matter how big they are, and just get in touch with them somehow, whether it's through their website or their assistants or however you need to do it. Get in touch with those people and tell them, just bang down their door and tell them you really want to work for them. You'll do it for free. You'll intern. You'll take coffee. You'll pick up dry cleaning, whatever it takes. And I think if you show that passion and they have an opening or might have an opening, then you're in. And I think there's no better way than to apprentice. I think school is fine, but I think ultimately it's about real-world experience that comes from apprenticeship.
I'm sure passion also helps.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think if you get in touch with those people and you convince them how seriously you need to be in film music, that it'll happen.
Fantastic. Well, we all look forward to hearing more of your music, and it was wonderful chatting with you today. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
For more full-length celebrity interviews, visit sidewalkstv.com.